Hope you're having a great day today. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I'm already beginning my day. We are going to make breakfast foods today. So for the last little while, well, back in the day, as you know, used to do tons of freezer meals. Used to have a ton of breakfast freezers for my kids to just grab and go because there was a lot of them at different stages in life and it was just easier, and I did not like getting up early and making breakfast. I don't mind doing it now because I'm not as tired as I was back then. But the kids are getting older, they just make their own little meals and kind of go on their way. And so I'm like, so they've been asking lately for a few things like breakfast burritos and breakfast bombs and different things like that. So I thought, why don't I have like a breakfast prep making day? We can make some, we can put some in the freezer. We can also just keep it in the refrigerator for a few days and eat on that. So that is going to be our goal today. The focus, foods for breakfast. So it's going to be a great day. Are you ready for a good day? I'm ready for a good day. So let me give you some encouragement for your day. This comes from 3 John chapter 1, verse 11. Beloved, do not imitate what is evil, but imitate what is good. The one who practices good, exhibiting godly character, moral courage, and personal integrity, is of God. The one who practices or permits or tolerates evil has not seen God. He has no personal experience with him and does not know him at all. So I like this verse because it's important to show like how important it is for us to exhibit godly character. It doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. It doesn't mean that it means you have no flaws. No, you have flaws. We all have flaws. But it's choosing to love. It's choosing to have compassion. It's choosing to have patience. All those things that the other world, the evil world, does not. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you want to, flesh wants to get revenge and do those things, but you want to have that godly character. You want to have those godly motives so that you can be a testimony. Because it says, what does it say? The one who practices or permits or even tolerates evil is not doing God things. And it says that he hasn't seen God. Doesn't mean he can say he's a Christian. He can say he believes in God, but it just means that he has never experienced him. He doesn't experience his love. He doesn't experience his goodness. He still has a lot of those worldly patterns and worldly fleshy things on the outside. So it's important for you to continue to love no matter what. Like, think of how many times God has patience with us. Like, even as a new believer, even as now as a believer for an extended period of time, how many times, like, thank goodness for the grace of God, because you mess up over and over, right? So we got to extend that grace to others in hopes that they will come to the saving knowledge of the Lord and change and do good so that they can be a light to those around them. True? That's true. That's so true. So exhibit godly character today. Sometimes that's hard. Smile a lot. Exhibit it. Doesn't mean you have to feel it. Sometimes just smile, get through it. Okay. It's not grumbling and complaining later on. It's just getting through it. Showing that the love of Jesus, that you've got that inside there. God will take care of the rest. God will take care of those people. God will do those things. But don't tolerate sin. Don't tolerate those things. Don't practice evil. Don't get into evil. Don't even look at it. Stay far away from it. Keep your focus on the Lord. It'll make your days go so much better. I promise. So you ready for a good day? I'm ready for a good day. All right, let's go. First things first, I wasn't going to make these on my list. It wasn't even on my list, and I thought about them this morning. I like a great cinnamon roll, and I thought about this, and I'm like, how can I do this a little bit differently? So I say I'm going to do this. We'll see. I'm thinking we make cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls are delicious. In my family cookbook, this is from our family cookbook, Cooking Through the Generations, our family's favorite recipes. This shows that I've been cooking the same food since the beginning of the time that I started a family. Not the exact beginning, because I used to do a lot of processed foods in the beginning because I was a young bride, did not know how to cook, had to learn. But for the most part, through my cooking years, all these recipes are in here, and guess what? We pretty much make every single thing in here. There's not too many in here where I haven't made it since. So we've been cooking the same. We've added things over the years. We've gone back and forth over things over the years, but we have been cooking the same food since the beginning, and all of it is in here. You can go through it and go, oh yeah, she makes this, or oh yeah, I've seen her make that, because we've made it. This is real food. This is what we've been making and eating for a long time. And so one of the things that I learned to make was cinnamon rolls. These were we would make these. Used to have them when we went to a Mennonite area and learned to cook, learned to bake, learned to do things from them. And they were so good, so good. If you've ever been to a Mennonite store, an Amish store, get their cinnamon rolls. So good. For Mother's Day, I had Greg go to the Detweilers, which I think they're Mennonite store too. Mennonite or Amish? I think they're Mennonite. They'd be Mennonite. And had him get me cinnamon rolls. And I'm like, oh, these are so good. I'm like, yeah, they're delicious because they're the exact same ones that I make. But I didn't have to make them. so they're just so good, so yummy and so delicious. And so they are good. And we lived in North Carolina. When we moved in there, we didn't really know a whole lot of people in that. And so on Thursdays, they had a tailgate market right in our little community. Our community was super tiny, super small. And we're like, let's join the tailgate community. So we went down there and we made cinnamon rolls and we made like meals. So I would make like poor boy subs, or sometimes I did poor boy subs mostly. And then we'd do a meal, and then people would grab them from work and go home and eat them. I started making chili, and then I made sweet cornbread because we always made it. It was delicious. Well, then I think the first time one of the people they'd eat the cornbread, and they're like, oh, this is sweet. And so then I realized there was a difference between the regular corn, I guess, southern cornbread, not the salty kind versus the sweet kind. So we didn't make chili very often, but we always did more subs than anything. And so that was something we made every single week. We'd make a plates of the cinnamon rolls and the poor boy subs. It's just something we enjoyed making. It's delicious and yummy. Then I stopped making them for a long time because I was tired of making cinnamon rolls, and so I started making them again here, and so yummy and delicious. And one of those meals that's just great. So I'm thinking this makes a lot of cinnamon rolls. Usually we do it in cake pans. I don't have any cake pans at all. Well, no, usually do it in 9x13. And then it's good if you want to like do it for a tailgate market. We did it on a round cake pan, and then you can put them on a paper plate, stick them in a Ziploc bag. They fit perfectly. So I'm thinking I don't think I have any round containers. I really don't. I can look and see. But I do have glass square dishes. So I'm thinking to make I'm either going to do one giant one and then cut it like a cake, or do individual ones. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. And then I'm going to freeze some for later on before we bake them, and then we'll have cinnamon rolls for a little while because this makes a whole lot of them. So I've already got stuff rolling here. I made my yeast mixture. It was a half a cup of warm water, 2 packages of yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar. I mix it and dissolve, set aside. It's in here. And then I mixed up a package of pudding, which is right here, all nice and thickened. And so now I'm going to mix in here. I don't know where my little whisker is. It's like it disappeared. The kids put away dishes. Sometimes they don't get put away in the same spot. I'm like, where did everything go? I don't think it's in here. So in here, you're going to mix, let me put you down here. You're going to take a half a cup of butter. Oh wait, we're going to mix this all together? You're supposed to mix this separate. Let's do this. Can we do it this way? I don't think it really matters, but we'll do it like we said. We're going to put 2 eggs in here. Two eggs and a teaspoon of salt in here. Let's use our fork from our pudding and just kind of mix that up real quick. Come on, egg. It goes around. There's little specks of black in there. That would be pepper from my salt container. There we go. Okay, we're gonna mix this all together. This is in here. And here is the pudding. Then you mix this up. So today I'm going to my cookbook for inspiration. One of the things I haven't made in a long time is pancake muffins. I haven't made these since the kids were little. I don't even know, did I make pancake muffins in the mountains? I don't know. I'm sure somebody will tell me that saw me vlog through the years. I just don't know. I used to just make them plain. We used to make muffins all the time. I would make, like, we'd have the cookie sheets. I have the 24, I still have those. We just put a big row. We put blueberries in some, we'd have chocolate chips in some. And so I'm like, how can I do these today? So I'm gonna do pancake muffins. That's one thing. Fun, they freeze easier than pancakes, I think, because they don't stick together. First I'm gonna do is take my sausage mixture here. I gotta get this cooking because we're gonna be making a couple different recipes with this in here. So I'm gonna put this on the stove. Okay, well, let us do this thing right here. So right here, I'm gonna, let's see, combine a large mix of all the ingredients. I think there's a fly in here. We're just gonna mix it all together. Let me do they'll do the liquid first and I'll do it opposite and add the dry at the end. So this is, I'm gonna make some sour milk. Let's just add yeast in it. Let me get my vinegar out here. I gotta use up this regular milk right here. So I bought some and then a lot of kids that drink this milk did not have any, and so then I'm like, they're gonna go bad, and I was gonna freeze this one yesterday, and then I'm like, no, it'll be fine. It's like $3 if you throw it away. And then I opened up the other one, which is the same day. It's the 5th, which is not even today. I don't even know what today is. It is the 5th. Oh, today is the 5th, never mind. So the 5th one that was already opened was already tasting yucky. This one is brand new, I just opened it, so I'm gonna try to use up as much as I can today. So let me put milk in here to make sour milk. You literally just add milk and add some vinegar to it. And let me get all that out. When you pour it in, it kind of almost like gets separated. Just add a couple tablespoons. I have to add like 2.5 cups, so I'm gonna do my best here. Just kind of stir it. It'll kind of thicken and separate a little bit. Sour milk. Gross, huh? Okay, so in here, let's mix this stuff in here. So let me tell you the recipe. Into here, I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Put that in here. And then we'll add the milk in here. Hold on. And then we'll add the milk in here, which will do some separation here. See how it's I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of chunky. Kind of gross, I know. And then you're gonna add 2 eggs in here. And I'm gonna add my maple flavoring right now. Let me whisk this and then we'll add the dry ingredients. It's 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And then you add 3 tablespoons of sugar. And 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And then you add 3 cups of flour and just mix that in here. And then I'm going to spray my muffin tins really well. Pour this in. I'm going to put some sprinkles on there. I'm going to use Valentine's sprinkles. Anybody else sprinkles all year round? I will, because I have a lot of sprinkles. I was gifted a bunch and I have a ton. So I'm going to use some sprinkles. These ones, they're not called jimmies, are they the straight ones? I can't remember the names. But those will work. Just put on top and then easy. You can put anything, blueberries, chocolate chips. I'm just thinking for overall, everybody likes the plain ones. And then that way, if they want to add something, they can. So you're gonna bake these for about 20 minutes on 400. So I was gonna try to get all my bread stuff done first. I was gonna do waffles, but I think I'm gonna skip on the waffles because I got the muffins. That'll be good. So something else I'm gonna do is popovers. We like popovers. I like to trial and error on popovers. These are a good thing to do. So I've got a popover pan. You don't need one. We used to make them in muffin tins. That worked just fine. That worked just fine. We would cook them. So I'm learning from you guys, which is awesome over the years. We would cook them till they kind of go up. And then as they started to deflate down, then we would take them out then. We liked them a little bit more chewier, just like an eggy. It's not eggy, but just chewier consistency. And so then some of you from England told me that you just let them puff up and they got to puff up and get higher and they're more crispy and puffed up. And so we had those too. Those were good. So I'm like both of them. So I'm gonna have a hard time switching my kids over the correct way, but that's okay. So I'm gonna mix all my ingredients up here. I'll put my pan in the oven because it is at 400 degrees. Yeah, let me look. I'm trying to cook at the same time the muffins are, but we will probably wait till those are done. So let me mix everything up here. For this, to make 6 of them for our recipe, we use 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2/3 cup of flour, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna mix that up here and here. When those are almost done, I'll put my pan in to kind of heat it, bring it out, put some butter in there, pour it in, and put it in the oven. we're waiting on a bunch of things. So I'm gonna wait for the pancakes to get done. Sausage is cooking. I just put some butter in a pan over there. I pulled all the eggs out of my refrigerator because I have all my new ones from Sam's, and I think these were the old ones. I don't think I added new ones in here. So I wanted to make sure I use all these up. We're gonna do a bunch of eggs. So I'm just gonna do a bunch of scrambled eggs. I'll probably maybe do them in batches. It just depends on, I just flunked that on my foot, how much we make here. So I'm gonna use up all these first because we're gonna do some stuffed biscuits were requested. We're gonna do some breakfast burritos. I would like to make a couple of bagel sandwiches, which I think they just want eggs on there. But I do have a couple pieces of bacon, so it might be good to make some. But then I'm thinking maybe I can make some breakfast bowls too. Those are always good. We kind of throw everything together because I've got all those potatoes. Remember those really good, the round small ones that I got at the discount store? We have a ton of those. So I'm just debating what to make here. But I'm sure as we keep making stuff, we'll kind of see what we do. So let me whisk these together and wipe the egg off my foot. Gross. So I put my pan in, it's heating, I'm gonna take it out. Those are gonna be done right now too. Let's get these done real quick. So we're gonna take the popover pan and just put some butter in there, kind of rub it around, get it all real good, and then pour the batter in, put it back in the oven. We'll take out the pancake muffins and we'll put these, and is it 400? Yeah, it is 400. Yes. So something else I'm gonna make is stuffed biscuits. We've been making these for so many years. They are all over the internet now, which is good. It's funny when you just think, oh, only a few people make this, and now it's everywhere because they're awesome. You take a biscuit. You can make homemade biscuits, but canned biscuits just, the texture, everything with it is just already figured out and perfect. They just, they have all the right chemicals. I know, it's bad. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not sure how many I'll make here, but I've got in here, I'm just making a little bit right now, sausage and egg. I'm gonna put a little bit of the sausage gravy. I made a packet of it. Right here, I'm gonna mix it together, and then I'm going to take my biscuit, roll it out, and put a little filling on top, put one on top, and pinch the edges. It's yummy and delicious. You can put everything, bagel seasoning on top. You can do like so many different things with this, so many different variants of what you want inside. This is just what was requested. You want your ingredients to be a little bit more gooey. So err on more gooey than less. You can, I was thinking about it. We used to do just gravy and sausage inside and did like stuffed gravy and biscuits. That was very good too. All the things we used to do. Okay, roll these out, put them inside. have one more can of biscuits, but I don't know if I'm going to use it for those or not, because that gives me 16, and there's only a few that like those, so I feel like I don't want to make any more. But I might get like some kind of casserole with these, where you roll it flat and layer everything inside. We'll see. But what I'll do next is I'll take the rest of the scrambled eggs right here, put these in this bowl, even with a little bit of gravy. The sausage. Do I have to make anything else? Let me think. So, maybe not all the sausage. Some of the sausage, and I have a little bit of nacho cheese and shredded cheese, and we're gonna mix this up for burritos, breakfast burritos. I used to make hundreds of these at a time back in the day. They just, not everybody loves them anymore, and that is quite all right. There's only a few kids that love breakfast burritos. That's why I don't make them, because everybody grows up, their taste change as well. So let me mix this up here. That's all I'm gonna put in it. Cheese, sausage, and egg. That's it, because that's all they like. And I'll get some tortillas and roll them out. So I'm not sure how many I'm going to leave out. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to wrap them all individually with wax paper sheets and then just put them in a container in the refrigerator. Now, if they don't get eaten up in the next few days, then I will take them and just freeze them the way they are with the wax paper in the freezer. If I was going to do a ton of these, I would put them on a cookie sheet and then flash freeze them so they get frozen solid and put them in a bag. We're just a different phase of life. So I'm thinking just to wrap them up and then put them in the freezer. Then when they want them, they can just take them out. We can take them out of the freezer. You can take them out from a frozen state. Just heat them up slowly. It just takes longer, but if you take them out a day or two before, then just heat them up in the microwave for 1:30. That's how long it's been. The same temperature forever. So let's just start rolling these up and making some. So you've got 12 and 12. I'll put these in the refrigerator, and then if they don't get eaten, they will go right into the freezer. Popovers, when they first come out of the oven, I'm gonna show you them. They're already deflating. This is the way we like them. Some a little bit crispier, some lower. That's just the way my kids like them, so I'm gonna make them this way. Let these cool, I'll take them out, and we've got, actually I can put them on a plate right now. And then I've got the biscuits in the oven here. Let me chat with you while I'm doing this. The biscuits are in the oven. That egg mixture, that was really yummy. Oh, is that gonna stick? Now it depends on which child you are, depending on which one you get. Some like more eggier bottom, some like it all crispy. I like the crispy, they like the eggy. Everybody's different. You put some butter on top, so good. I used to make strawberry jam back in the day when everybody ate it all the time. Not everybody likes strawberry jam all the time, that's okay. Just butter on top, it is so good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to my garage and get some cheese. I'm thinking, what's my next move? My next move is gonna be, I've got some bacon here. I'm gonna make some egg cups. I've got a little bit of sausage here. Do I do sausage too? No, a little bit I'll do the bacon, some eggs, and some cheese, and just put in the egg cups. Stick those in the oven, easy. Okay, I must take a popover break. So good, oh my goodness. I really like eating sprouts. There's certain things I love, like popovers. A good popover, so yummy. Okay, I've got cheese here. I gotta shred some, so I'm gonna get out my shredder while I eat this, and then pick up my mess here. Do I need this? I have to wrap those. So good. So I'm gonna do my cheese and my shredder here. I was having it like get all over the plate, and when you shred it, it's everywhere. And one of my viewers recommended putting a baggie on it. I'm like, okay, that works. I didn't have what was called rubber band to put around it. And then someone said, use your hair tie. I'm like, oh, hello. Or, yeah, I guess you can close it too. That was another option. I guess that would be an option like that. We'll try the hair tie on it real carefully. This, I think they have an upgraded version of this with the chute. Get the chute for sure. I got this a long, long time ago. That's like so tight in there. It's hard to get it out. Let's see. Let's see if that works. I don't know if that'll hold it on or not. Okay, I bet you that'll work right there. The hair tie, thank you. I knew there was going to be an easier way for this somehow. If it doesn't, if your countertop isn't perfectly clean, like you have like one thing stuck on it, it will pop off. And sometimes it's like a piece of like a crumb or like a little piece of dust or something. It just won't stick. So this is good. Okay, that was good. I guess I'll just let it get all full in there and I'll pull it all out. And we're using the same cheese bag because I'm probably going to use this up in the next couple days with some meals that we're making. It's just all inside. It's all inside the chute here, inside of it. Okay, the hair tie, and I'll probably leave it on there. Oh, it's tough because it's all stuck inside. Force your way out. Oh, so it came undone. It's harder because it's all inside there. You can't pull it out because the bag is on there. Oh, yeah. That didn't work real good. Hold on. Maybe if you had, it's just so stuck in there. Oh my goodness. Let's get a fork. Okay, that was a mess. I don't think that was good. Just for the fact that I know that you have to stop, unless you want to stop, undo your ring and re-put it back on halfway through because it is going to get stuck. That was a lot more work. Is it better just to let it go over the countertop? Probably. You just do, get yourself the chute one that they have, I think. My friend Erin said they have the chute version on here on Amazon. I would definitely get that. I'm sure they had enough people complain. And then they got the upgraded. That's the beautiful thing about companies. Sometimes they actually will listen and they'll do good. Okay, that was just a lot of mess. That was a lot of mess. So what I'll do now is I'll crack some eggs and then I'll put them in muffin tins and then I will sprinkle in cheese and some bacon, and I've got a little bit of sausage. I can do some sausage ones too. And it'll be little egg cups. I'm gonna put these in the oven. One of my biscuits came out. I'm gonna see if the other one's done. The next thing I'm gonna do is some cowboy. I think it's called cowboy hash. I'm drawing a blank. My girlfriend makes this. It's been a little while. She would just chop up onions and peppers and any kind of meat we had. Sausage, hot dogs, whatever we had. Potatoes chopped up, fry it all, and then mix a little bit of egg into it, like scrambled eggs, and then cook it. It was really, really good. So I'm thinking to do a batch of that. I've got all these potatoes right here, these tiny ones, they call fingerlings. And so I'm gonna take my little veggie chopper, this thing with the lid, and try chopping them. I've got them pretty much thawed. I guess I could cut them with a knife. There's just a lot there. I'm gonna see if the chopper will do better. And I've got some kielbasa. So I'm gonna cut that up with some onions and peppers, start frying it, then do the potatoes, and then I'll mix it all together. It's yummy and delicious. Serve it with anything you want. You can put on tortillas, you can put on corn tortillas that are fried. You can put, I like it with mustard, it's really good. Whatever you like. I remember back in the day cutting that many onions up and it'd be so burning on my eyes. I was like, oh my goodness, it's so burning. And so many people gave so many suggestions of how to get rid of the oil that was burning your eyeballs. Goggles, this and that, put it under cold water, all those things. Yeah, maybe they worked a little bit. You know what I found is the best? And I didn't realize it until moving to Florida, because in Florida you can't, or here in our house, not all of Florida I guess, but in our home here, we can't leave our potatoes or onions in the cupboard. They just do not last at all. I tried that and I was like, oh, these are definitely going bad quickly. Back in Michigan, back in North Carolina, I could store them all day long in the cupboard. They lasted a long time, but here they do not. So I right away put my potatoes and my onions in the refrigerator, but I have no problem chopping them up. Like, you don't get it burning in your eyes. So making it cool, neutralizing that oil is huge. We're gonna let this cook here. The sausage will give enough grease for those onions and peppers, and then I'm gonna cut up the potatoes. Not too bad. If they're frozen still, which some of them are, they did not do well. So I will put these in here. I'll let this kind of saute up a little bit and I'll add to it. My egg cups got a little fluffy. Yeah, those are nice and full and big. I'm gonna let those sit for a minute and then I will take them out. That's so funny. I didn't even milk anything to it. That's good. So I'm gonna just keep sauteing this with the potatoes in, and then do we crack eggs in it? I might take a little bit of mixture out and then crack some eggs in it. Corrected me, it's train wreck. I was thinking cowboy. I'm like, that didn't even sound like the right name. Train wreck is the name of this. So then you just take scrambled eggs, put in here, and just mix it all in. It's very, very good. Good with the corn tortillas that are cooked on the stove, but this is just a big giant bowl all together. It's yummy. Run Brooklyn to work. So I ended up with 2 more containers of the stuffed biscuits. This is the egg cups. This is gonna be, what did I call it? It's a train wreck. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. Probably gonna focus on train wreck for dinner tonight. That'll be easy. I'm gonna make I'm gonna do some kind of little breakfast casserole out of the scrambled eggs that I made. So let me put this in the refrigerator. This is where we're gonna create something. I'm gonna take these biscuits, I'm gonna roll them out. I'll do 4 and put them on the bottom of this right here. And then we're gonna layer sausage, eggs. I'm gonna chop the bacon up, a little bit of gravy, and maybe a little bit of cheese on top, and then make a top of the other one and push it down. Do I bake it? I might wait to bake it until until we actually eat it. So that just exploded. So let me get 4 of these rolled out and see what we can create. This I'm just gonna put in the refrigerator like this. I will probably bake it in the next, I will bake it in the next few days. Based on what we have, I don't wanna make it right now because then we're not gonna eat it right away because we'll have the cowboy, I wanna call it cowboy caviar. It's not cowboy, because we have, I wanna keep saying cowboy hash. It's not cowboy hash. The train wreck, that's the meal that we're gonna have. So this is good. I'm like thinking, what do I have? I ended up with popovers. We've got pancakes. We've got stuffed biscuits. We have egg cups with cheese. I also have breakfast burritos. Is that it? Stuffed biscuits. I have this. The only thing I was gonna do and did not do would be a bagel sandwich, but I feel like I'm gonna wait on that because of it's plenty what we have right now. I also have a chicken my cinnamon rolls. That was the next thing to do. So let me put this away, clean my mess, and we'll see if the bread is ready. So the cinnamon dough is definitely ready here. So I'm going to get it. Let's see. A little sticky. That's a little bit more flour on here. I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to do a big. Let's see. I'm going to put all that in there. I'm going to do a big giant roll, and then what I'm going to do is put the butter on it, and then is it sugar and cinnamon? Let me look. Brown sugar and cinnamon. Which one it is? It brown sugar and cinnamon on it. And then I'm going to cut it in strips. Then I'm going to take those strips. I'm going to roll them around each other and make a one big giant cinnamon roll. I'm gonna try something a little bit different versus the individual ones. Will that work better? I don't know. We're just gonna try it. Okay, I just wanna get that right here. Okay, let's roll this out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I don't have round pans, but I have square ones. So I'm gonna do like a big giant cinnamon roll cake. This one will be a little bit smaller. I have two smaller ones, a little bit bigger ones. So I'm gonna take what I have here and cut it in strips. Probably, I didn't do that right to the edge. I gotta spread that to the edge. And then I'm gonna just kind of roll it up all the way around. I think that's gonna work. Let me get a good long knife here. Let's see how it does. Like, I spread the cinnamon right to the edge. So I've got all these right here. So those are gonna be good. I'm gonna put those over here, let them rise up, and then I'll put them in the oven and bake it. I was thinking, do I put some in the refrigerator the way they are? Or do I just, I'm debating, do I freeze them? I could freeze the ones and then take them out when I'm ready to cook it. I'm just debating. I will leave out, which one do we do? Let's leave out one. We'll do this one for today. These you're gonna wanna cover and then put them right into your freezer because they're gonna wanna keep rising because that's what dough does unless it gets chilly. But I think that's gonna work out. I'm like looking at it, kind of swishing it back down. It'll be good, it'll be delicious. It might not look perfect, but I think after it rises and you put the frosting on, it's gonna make it all perfect round, yummy. I'll put wax paper and cover it in plastic. I set a timer on my Google Home to remind me that about an hour and a half to go check those, because sometimes when you put like pizza dough and any kind of like bread dough in the freezer, if it doesn't freeze right away, it kind of starts expanding. So I just want to make sure it doesn't expand. So it depends. I put it in the back of the freezer where it should do good. I'm going to clean up my mess here. I think that's going to be it until we do our cinnamon rolls. It's still the same day. I had to change. It is just hot. I feel like, I'm baking all day. I was cooking, not baking. I was using the stove, the oven all morning, so it definitely gets hot in here. We've been going through a heat wave right now, which I guess we went through a heat wave last summer. So I guess it really doesn't, like, the springtime is supposed to be cooler, but like I feel like it's just as hot as it was through the summer. So I'm trying. When I vlog, I have all my lights on. I have the windows open, so it's a lot of sunshine and natural light because that makes a better video. But it makes, you know, sunshine, heat in the house. And so sometimes, like yesterday, we were in and out a lot. And it felt like our temperature, by the end of the night, it took a while to cool down. If you keep the door shut, it's not that bad. So I'm gonna try to be proactive, get my filming late today. I did most of my food this morning. I'm done for the day now. That's the key. Get all your food done early so you don't have to worry about it. And then I kind of shut the curtains down to keep out a little bit of that heat, just so we can help our electric bill, because it does get costly here. So what I'm gonna do here, my cinnamon rolls, I have to leave here. I've got about 5 minutes and I gotta head out the door. We have an appointment and we're gone for the day. So I'm gonna be done with today's video, but I wanna finish up these cinnamon rolls. Look at how great this turned out. Look at, it's like a big giant little cake. So I was starting to mix this on the video I was looking at. And this is the frosting. I just did one small batch of it. This I put in here was the recipe. So what I did is I used a small amount. So normal recipes, half a cup of butter and a cup of brown sugar. I did half, and then you boil that. And then I added in a quarter cup of milk, and then I'm gonna add some maple flavoring. If you buy this at the little store, it's caramel. So they use a caramel frosting, but I like the maple one. It seems a little bit thinner. Let me do this a little bit thicker. So for the frosting, this just came out of the oven, so it's gonna be hot. If you let it kind of sit for a little bit and then put your frosting on, obviously it's gonna be a little bit thicker on top. Stay on top, but I'm just gonna do a good pour and drizzle on top. It will kind of, you know, wanna go down because it's, you know, hot, but I have to leave. So I don't wanna have to do this later, but I know this is gonna be delicious. What a great little way to do cinnamon rolls. So let's just pour this on. And I checked my timer. It said to check my cinnamon rolls out in the garage, and I did. And you can tell they're starting to freeze up, but they are starting to rise a little bit. So I just kind of went out there and pushed it down. It should freeze up because it's almost there. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But I am done for today. So I'm going to head out because we've got a bunch of running to do today, taking kids places. It's going to be a great afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. You have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you again tomorrow with another video. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.